This is Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Barbara Vukadis, host of Get Inspired with Dr. Barb. I do have incredible guests, but I think that today I really have a special guest. We just had a little conversation before this recording, and I have to say it. I did ask him how he does all of the things he is doing currently in life. Because he's already smiling. It's going to be a good episode. Dr. JayR. No, seriously, I mean, somebody's doing a dissertation is almost like in a speedy kind of version, working on it and having a projected dissertation defense this December 2026. And when you see his Instagram account and what he's doing, how he's motivating everybody, traveling to quite a few places too, and doing what he's doing, what everybody's doing. We all have to work, but there's just something beyond inspiring about JayR, and that's why I really wanted to get him on my show. And we also have to mention quick that this is the third time because we tried to connect a bunch of times. I couldn't hear. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I can't hear JayR. This is not good. I'm like, should I quit this platform or what? No,
Third time is a charm. Third time is a charm. Yeah.
that's exactly what's happening. And so that's why JayR is on the show, because I just think that he's got an incredible message to share. And I want to, and I hope that I'm doing it better or worse, but I hope I'm getting better. I want to help children, teenagers, teachers, really providing a little bit better education for our young people, because I think they struggle. I think they suffer. And also we have this new era coming that is not just knocking on the door, but it's pretty much already here. It's called AI, but not only because we have social media, that platforms that are, I mean, they're more powerful than ever before.
Yep.
So these young people, they gotta like find themselves somehow in all this stuff. Us adults somehow sometimes don't know what we're doing. We're trying to figure it out too, right?
Yeah.
And young people are struggling with figuring it out too. So I think that JayR will provide some incredible insights and some tips to young people, but also to teachers, because we always say that education should change a little bit, but somehow it's not changing, right? Sometimes it's not really that changing that much. No, it's not. It's always, oh, we have to change how we teach reading. Okay, 10 years after that, again, we have to change how we teach reading. We're doing it all wrong.
Yeah.
And that's
Exactly.
the whole educational reform. Is it really the case? We're just really starting to scratch our heads. So that's
Right.
also why I'm doing what I'm doing, the podcast. You know, this is not about that we need to change how we teach reading. A little bit about my incredible guest, JayR. So he is a U.S. Army combat veteran and motivational speaker, inspires audiences with lessons from combat and the boardroom. So this is not just one area of life and expertise, which combat, I don't think I should call it expertise. This is something that it's even beyond that, but something really incredible. Not everybody can do it, and I know that there is a lot of struggle that comes with it, and resilience building too. Recently, he was recognized for his transformational journey from the streets to becoming a top 50 keynote speaker, empowering others to heal from suppressed pain and prioritize long-term strategy. Suppressed pain, boy, there's so many of us who do it. Actually, I'm just kind of like speaking for everybody here, because young people do it, adults do it. He's a renowned life coach, best-selling author, Bronze Star recipient, known for turning struggles into strength and potential into purpose. He is a proud HBCU grad and has been featured in notable publications for his work. Now, on his Instagram, JayR shares insights on leadership, resilience, and personal growth, leveraging his platform to motivate and inspire his followers. And I have to say, he inspires me every time I see his inspiring videos. There's no question about it. With over 167,000 followers, he is a prominent voice in the personal development space. And it feels like he is. It's not only that he is, but it does feel like he is. When you look at his Instagram account and see the motivational videos and his just powerful presence, you probably will think, oh my gosh, where does it come from? Has it always been like that, right? Because it's so easy to think, oh my gosh, these people are just, they already have everything that I want to have, but I am here and they already there and they probably always everything worked for them like that. It's just so easy to think that way, you know what I mean? But I would like to really welcome Jay. He is also known as the Hood Motivator, which is so cool. Such a cool name.
Yeah.
It's that word motivator is not there by accident. Welcome, JR, on my show.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You're
Yes.
very welcome, and I appreciate you too and everything you do.
Thank you.
And I do have to, ask right away. I mean, your presence and everything you do and how you show yourself, how you are incredible motivational. I also love your gym videos, because that's a part of the deal too, right? If you want to do what you want to do, you also have to take care of yourself physically. But your beginnings weren't like that powerful. The way you started, and you're welcome to share about your childhood if you would like. It wasn't like that. You went through some serious struggles in life. If you could mention some of these struggles that you went through, I would appreciate. But also, if you could then add, like, when was the shift onto a different kind of pathway as far as, I mean, you're doing all these things. Now you are in PhD program that you are finishing. So your struggles, we want to hear about them because people need to know because it's so easy to think everything is just working for this guy, right? And then when the kind of shift started to happen for you.
Yeah, definitely. It took me a while to get here. I'll be 45 in 2 weeks, but just understanding that some of us human beings, we are scared of failing and scared of trauma. And I used that to tell my story and be my superpower. So I was scared to tell people when I got in the military where I came from because I didn't want nobody to judge me. Oh, he from the hood, and you would get them jokes from the military personnel because you coming in as a private, and I remember vividly coming down at the cattle truck and, where you from, private? From Long Beach. Oh, you think you Snoop Dogg? So they all in your face, they yelling, the drill sergeants and all that. And after that, it's like, I'm not telling nobody else where I'm from because you already have your speculations. You want to see walk, you want to, I'm like, hey, and I can do all that, but it's like, okay, like I'm here for something else. But I quickly hid where I came from because I didn't want to tell that story. But after going through so much trauma in the military and getting help and going through all the modalities and then doing ayahuasca and bufo reiki, I started to tell my story after my last failure, which was bankruptcy in 2022, and tell everything. And before you can Google me, this is what I've been through and this is who I am and all these things, and then transition me to where I'm at right now to being number 44, probably the number has went down now, but top 44 motivational speakers in the world because of my message. And I like the way you included the gym because I tell people all the time, I said motivation is just the first step, but it's mind, body, and soul. But I can't motivate you and I can't pour into you if my cup is not full. So that means that I have to take care of my mental, my mind, my body, and my soul. And when you see me in the gym, sometimes I don't even have the energy, but I need to do it because I'll be damned if I get on the stage and try to tell a kid what to do, or a soldier, or a veteran, or a collegiate, or a professional, or just anybody, and they look at me like you're not even listening to your own words. And that's how I see things. I see people on the stage telling people all awesome stuff, and it sounds really good, but why you not applying that to yourself? So I took that very seriously with my life.
That's absolutely amazing. And I would like to also touch a little bit about w- as far as your journey in the military. Why did you decide to go to the military? Like, what was the point?
Well, I grew up. I was born and raised in Long Beach, California. I saw a lot of gangs, saw a lot of violence, saw a lot of drug dealing, prostitution, everything. My mother died of AIDS. She was on Skid Row, lived out of box. Saw a bunch of my cousins doing a lot of crazy stuff. And, I followed suit. The towers fell in 2001 September, and I said, you know what, I need to go. So in between that time, I had a daughter. She was 1 years old, and I was like, I gotta go do something for her. I gotta go make a way. And me making a way, I ended up going to the jail, county jail, serving some time in there. And when I got out of county jail, I went straight into the United States Army, and I never looked back. The Army saved my life.
That's amazing. But from the army, you also ended up in on several missions, right? In
Yeah, yeah,
several
definitely.
countries. And I would like to ask you, maybe not so much about in specific details of this, but what are some maybe lessons or experiences from the combat, from these kind of experiences that you apply today? Like, what did it teach you? Did it teach you lessons? Probably did, but how you apply it right now?
You know, the military. Shout out to the United States Army for just man. I grew up. I went from boy to man, and my first duty station was Germany, overseas. So I wasn't stateside. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. I learned German. I partied hard, had fun. I was young, 19, 20. And then all of a sudden we got called up to go to Iraq in 2004. And, the country was already at war. So, the Army taught me, instilled in me confidence and leadership and discipline and, what I'm saying, and how to keep myself groomed well and all the articulation. And because I was a 13 Fox call for fire, so I had to be able to understand, what I'm saying, radio transmissions, coordinations, drop bombs, and kicking doors and doing all these crazy things out there in Iraq. I did 3 times in Iraq, 3 tours, 55 months in combat, then one in Afghanistan. And I thought that was going to be my life forever until I started to get trauma. And I've been had trauma from my first deployment, but I waved it off because I thought that's how all of us should feel, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, we know that like you suppressing it, holding it, right, is not really doing any good because eventually these emotions are just something's going to happen with them. They don't like disappear, they don't evaporate, right? And the society also, the way we condition how men should, feel, right, and what they should express, what they shouldn't express. That's we have more talks about it and awareness right now, but even 10 years ago or 20, not as much, I don't think. But when you look at all the quite a bit you are speaking out there for a lot of young people, I can see, and this is very important because they need this. The teacher can say a lot, but when my kid just recently graduated from high school, I have never heard much from them about, what the teacher said today. It's like, whatever. But when somebody came as a guest, like, you know, like a veteran or, NBA player, and they were talking to these young people, right? That really made a totally different impression because these people talk from their experiences. It's a totally different situation than teacher teaching a lesson. So my kid was very inspired with that. And you do something similar. You go and you teach these young people. And I would like to ask you, what is the one or two core messages that you have for these young people that you hope that they're going to get it? And what's like number one question that they ask you, what they would like to know from you? So it's kind of like two questions.
So I empower them when I travel is how do they activate their gift? They all have a gift inside of them. When we were little, people asked us that what do we want to be when we grow up? I just changed it and asked them, how can I activate your gift? And then the number one question they always ask me is, how did I make it out? And I tell them, I keep trying, keep pushing. I know it's cliche, just keep putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward. It's going to be a lot of dark days, but take them dark days and make them bright days. I try to be a beacon of light for them. That's why I do the things I do. That's why I dress the way I dress, because I never want to fall short of what they see. Because you can still be intelligent and still wear a baseball hat. You can still
That's
be
right.
intelligent and wear Jordans. You can still be intelligent and dress the way they dress. And that's how I want it to be, because sometimes we leave our situation and we redo ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with putting on a suit and tie and transition to be that better man as a gentleman. But at the end of the day, them kids are still listening to them type of songs and music and looking at each other. How about I still do the same thing? I'm the hood motivator. I graduated with my, with all my degrees. I went to the military. I did things that we were told that we couldn't do. You too can be it. And if I grab one of them, I'm okay.
That's absolutely amazing. And do you have any memories of specific kind of questions that they ask you, or maybe they challenge you? I don't know, because you know how it is. It can be.
No, I mean, they're always curious. I love the kids
Yeah.
that I go speak to because, what I'm saying, they always ask me questions about my nephew and how is he and things that I'm doing in my life and how I'm moving forward. And also too, kids watch social media, so they see it. They see everything you got going on too. So that's why I think it's very important that if you're talking about motivating and life
Yep.
coaching the youth all the way to adulthood, then you need to be that beacon they want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. So that's why I still work out and train and school and talk and make sure I articulate. And yeah, I'm a hood too. But at the end of the day, this is how we should conduct ourselves in these different situations too. So
That's absolutely amazing. And what do you think? I'm sure you have an opinion about, education and how these kids, what they get from education. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not just about education, formal education in school. There's also parents, there's also environment, right? You get shaped by so many different things. But these kids do spend so many hours, let's say, middle school and high school. What do you think is the major problem? What do you think that they are not getting that they should be getting? Not everybody can go to military, right? Like you did. It taught you so much. It shaped you, give you discipline, like you said, routine. It also came with some challenges, but there were some good things about it. But not everybody can do it, right? And do you think kids get everything from high school or not? What do you think is missing?
I think the right examples are missing, right? So we also as adults we missed a step. That's why our youth is out here tripping. I have a 25 and a 20-year-old and a 15, and you know um, everybody else thinks that is cool. But you know how I relate to them is memes. So they listen to me when somebody else says the same thing I say. So if we all come together and we all obtain the same situation and try to fix what's broken and be that example they need to see. They have too many coaches, too many teachers out here that's just collecting a paycheck. You don't love these kids. You don't. Matter of fact, you don't even love yourself. So why are you trying to pour that information into our children? And then we teach our children the wrong situation, and then their parents. So whatever they learn is inside their home too. So it's as parents we have to change too. And if you don't have that much time with your child, put them around positive influences. That's it.
I absolutely love it. And you said, I mean, if you're a teacher, I mean, do you really, why do you do this job, right? Is it just for paychecks? And unfortunately, I have to say from my own experiences that some of these people do this for paycheck because the way they communicate with you as a parent and the way they treat your child sometimes, you do ask these questions. What are you doing here? I mean, what is really your job? What are you getting paid for? And that is unfortunate. And we should talk about these topics and situations because I think it's very important. And this is such a specific job to be a teacher.
Yes.
When you teach, you, like you said, you have to be an example. You can't just like teach and I am just, and you don't show yourself your failures. You don't talk about these things. You just, I don't know, you kind of look like you're this weird, sort of perfect person of some sorts. And who can relate to you? So that's why my kid related to some of these speakers so much, because I'm sure they were talking about different failures, about, building strength in life and all that. If, and this might be a tough question, but maybe not. If somebody stood in front of you, young, maybe high school, and they said, listen, JR, I really like your speech and everything you said here, but, I just kind of, I don't know, I just don't have much hope. I just kind of like, my parents don't support me that much. I really don't know what to do in life. I mean, I do have some support, but not that much. And I just kind of don't know what to do with myself. And everything is coming at me, it's AI, is this and that. I have to maybe go to college. I have to maybe find a job. I really don't know what to do. What would you give him as an advice? Because kind of like a lost kid. There's quite a few of them,
There's adults that still are lost kids too.
That's for sure.
I just try, 'cause I have a life coaching program and I have three different tiers how I speak to these people and how the kids and mentorship and all that. And first of all, I just get to know them and see where they're coming from. And a lot of our youth and our adults are lost because we're not doing the thing that God want us to do. We're doing things that we see everybody else doing. We're chasing other people's dream and fulfilling everybody else's mission, but we have a mission. Every human being is here for a reason and a mission, not to just be lazy, sit on the couch and push somebody else's agenda. Yes, do that while doing your own agenda. That's why I always encourage them. Activate your gift. Who are you? What do you want to do? How can I help? Let me help you towards that goal. I ran away from my gift. I wasn't speaking. I was in the army doing some crazy stuff. Iraq, Afghanistan. Then I got out, I was a bodyguard. I was doing tactical stuff. But when I failed, God was like, "You done running?" And I was like, "I'm done." He's like, "Your dad's a minister. Both your grandfathers were ministers. Speak life into yourself. And then when you're done, go speak it to everybody else." And then I started to speak, and then I spoke free for 4 years because I love what I did, and now I'm here.
That's absolutely amazing. And I also wanted to know why you decided to do PhD. Is this something that you just wanted to? Probably not, but I just throw it out there. Wanted to prove that you can just do it, or there's more to it, or that's also a part of the story.
It was a lot. That was one. I wanted to prove to myself
Yep.
I can do it. And I also wanted to
Yeah.
prove to everybody else that you counted me out, but you forgot how to count. But also I wanted to show the people where I came from that it can look like this too, right? So me failing in business had me go get a master's in business, but what kept me going to get a doctorate in business is be the subject matter expert in business. I can teach them courses and I can articulate to everybody around the world. The one main agenda in business is understanding when it's time to pivot, and that's what my book is out on Amazon. It's called The Power of the Pivot. Knowing when to pivot, how to pivot, and what you do when you pivot that way. So it's just like understanding. And people always ask me, "When are you going to do when you graduate?" I'm already doing it. I'm already walking my path. The doors are open already. When I get the official doctorate, then it's already I already call myself that because I am that. So there's no need to change anything else.
It's absolutely amazing. You already live what you still pursue, but it's so close because you live in it, and there's no any other option here. And I think this is very important because often I remember I had an issue with this myself. It's like, doctor who can, and being from a different country too. I mean, who can study, to be PhD? I probably can't. But then, because you always have this limiting belief, but then something got me into, wait a minute, when if they can do it, maybe I can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Just a really funny thing. Wait a minute, I don't know, because it's really mostly about hard work, really, and that perseverance. That's really what it is. So that's absolutely amazing. And if I think that's kind of my theory, sort of based on other theories that I hear, that more and more people will do entrepreneurship, and young people, they're gonna go into entrepreneurship. And it's like, we even have, I have nothing to do with business degrees or nothing, but I am kind of entrepreneur too. I mean, I got my podcast, got some books out, right?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about
yeah,
some other stuff, right?
yeah.
So it's like everybody is kind of entrepreneur to one extent to another, and many young people will try that too. So some of them are not gonna, go to 4-year degree right away for business, or then master's degree. Would you have any advice to, high school kid who's like, I would like to try entrepreneurship, but I don't have clue what the heck to do, where to go, what to learn, who to learn from, and that kind of situation here.
Well, I mean, I do tell them if they would love to learn entrepreneurship, then I would coach them or mentor them into that situation. And also, they got to love what they're about to do, right? So if you don't love the business you're about to start, and if God is not a part of your business plan, don't do it. Don't do it because you see this person's making money and you want to do the
Yeah.
same exact cookie cut business. Do something that you can thrive in, that you'll be happy with, knowing that when you go to bed at night, it's going to be hard. I'm not telling nobody right now on the other side of the camera that entrepreneurship is easy. People show you the mansions, the money, the cars, all that, but they
No.
don't show you the downfall. I went bankrupt in 2022, had 400 employees, lost everything, got federally
My
indicted.
God.
All these things I went through fighting because I wasn't told this is what it looks like on the other side. But I will tell you again, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, know what you're doing, understand it, love it, and when it starts to get rough, pivot the right way.
Yeah, and I would definitely also encourage people to reach out for JR's books too. There's a lot in them. And then we hear there are some courses, there's coaching programs that he's got. It's like, yeah, I like this. What are you going to do when you graduate? I'm already doing this stuff. I
I'm
love
already
it.
doing it. Yeah.
Come
I'm
on,
already
people.
doing it. Yeah. I already set it up for that. There's no need to throw a big party or extravaganza or a celebration. Let's just get to work. Let's get to work.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. I absolutely love it. And also, I would like to ask you to let our audience know where you can be followed on social media. What's the best platform to see your activity? I know that you are amazing on Instagram, but that's not the only platform you are on.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. The Hub Motivator, THA Motivate, and MOTIVATOR, the Hub Motivator. So that's all the same. So you can find me on all them platforms. I post a lot on LinkedIn, YouTube, have a lot of morning messages. You can find me on my website, thehubmotivator.com. If you go to my website, you don't need to go to no other site to find me. It has all my social medias, all my except my merch, all my books, all my cartoons that are coming, mostly all my speeches, all my events that you wanna if you wanna meet me at an event and there.
Absolutely amazing. And I was not going to ask it, but I'm going to just super quick. How do you structure your day? How you prioritize what you're going to do? So you want to be as productive as you can be, obviously being so busy, right? And studying. A little tips to young people, a couple tips about how you go about your day. Do you plan ahead or you just kind of wake up and boom, 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 this is what I'm going to do today?
Sunday through Wednesday is already mapped out where
Yeah.
I have a calendar, and I have all these things where I know that from 9 to about 2, I'm in this office. Either I'm doing school, podcasting, or I'm grinding. After Thursday, I take my time off. I relax. I rest. If I'm not doing anything, but I try not to do anything on Thursdays. Friday, Saturday, I travel. I go book. I go speak live now. So I get off this phone and I go let people see my energy. I speak live, do what I got to do, and that's repeated. And people ask me, how do you do school and push your same rhetoric? And I know people see like, damn, like he's actively in school, but he's actively traveling and speaking. That's because I prioritize school. I take my laptop everywhere I go. When Monday through Wednesdays, I do my discussions, write my papers, all that stuff. So when dissertation, everything starts to come, I'm focused on that. And I'm even thinking about, because I shut down all my podcasting, that I might shut down after October to about February just to finish everything. And even if I can't speak nowhere live, this is my mission. I have to get this doctoral done because that's it right there for me.
It's the priorities, and but it's
Yeah.
also at least one day of really rest and recovery, which is very important. I mentioned that too.
Sunday I rest too. Sunday I rest.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. So many tips and ideas also for myself too to kind of like, wait a minute, am I close to JR's sort of energy out expression or not? Not yet. Not that I'm chasing yours. I am not chasing yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
no,
it's
it's all,
fascinating, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who is asking you this kind of questions. How you do what you do. But we already hear a couple things: the rest and the priorities. That's really important. Everything else fits in, but it's not like you prioritize everything because then you're just gonna explode, right? We don't want to do it. And I just want to wish you, you know, uh, really timely graduation, and we will hear about that. I have no doubt, and we will then, advertise it, publicize it,
I
share
will be
about it. Obviously,
yeah, I'll be streaming it. People ask me
yeah.
like people want to come and since I have a huge following, I'm going to be streaming it on Kick and all that so they can see cuz you never know who you will motivate on the other side of the camera.
Unbelievable. And I can't wait to witness this. It's going to be streamed. I already know that. Absolutely incredible. And I would like to ask everybody to, once the episode comes out, and we are going to post the clip to let us know about these topics. It can be in connection to education, but not necessarily to your own life, because JR has a tip for everybody. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but I love how these tips can really be applied to many young people's life, because they need to get these lessons somewhere and they don't always get it from school, because sometimes teachers are kind of like, teachers, right? I mean,
Yeah.
okay, it's just teacher, right? But what they represent themselves more as human beings doesn't always come out, right? And follow JR for also get inspired with Dr. Barb, and let us know what you think. Connect with JR, and we will see you all on social media.
Thank
Bye
you. I
bye,
appreciate
everybody. Thank you so much,
it.
JR.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Bye.
This is Get Inspired with Dr. Barb.